Alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, YouTubers. Um, let's cut the light on right quick. You know, right before me, right here, I got an itinerary. On Reggie the Redbird. The bill of materials that I need. Okay, and there's a lot of things that I've done, a lot of things that were accomplished, but there's still more things that I gotta do. A lot of things I gotta go. A lot of things gotta still be bought. We still got ways to go in order for the program to come to fruition. Uh, okay, introduction to Reggie Redbird and the Talking Subway Car series by myself. All right, so of course my contents, it's my biography, and this gives you a little explanation of why, what's the purpose in the Talking Subway Car. So now, mind you, okay, this is not playing on the piety of, Thomas the Tank. I'm not taking anything away from him. There's nothing really doing him. If anything, Thomas has brought, a lot of things to the children. Only thing now, with Reggie the Redbird is Thomas needs a shoe to get into the city. And, he has to be retrofitted with some kind of shoe. So, but this is a whole different deal. Okay, we're adding a touch of hilarious, comedy and educational type deals when dealing with electric trains, in the form of a talking subway car. The introduction, and the names and the main characters. Okay, Reggie was the main character, Alfie the Agreeable, Murray, Greg, Jamel, Hector, James, Mike, Ralph, and Tim the 10th car are the 10 cars out there that's going to be a part of Reggie the Redbird, the Talking Subway Car series. It's again, my contract and costs. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that, on the wraps because costs could vary. Construction of materials, like I said, a lot was done, but it's a lot more that has to be done. And then doing it on my own is, it's not a walk in the park. So, portraits of some of the characters, of course, over time they've been enhanced. When I first bought, the cars, when Proto 1000 started making these cars in HO scale, okay, on bit now I've enhanced them, and, to make them, make the various characters. Okay, there's James, here's a makeup and sort of the characters. He's 8 of them. The various scenes out there, various city scenes that I've done, to, make everything real as much as possible. This right here is good for the community. Jerry the Givo, and he was introduced. I'm saying? Albert the AEM7, and so MTH came out with his SD70 ACE. My graduation pictures. I am an electrician, by trade. So, there's a bit of whys to why I do the things that I do and what's being presented to the table, with these trains. Different routes, maps, various scenes, I'm saying? Murray right there, who represents between the 2 and the 3 trains, and just little dioramas here and there. Alfie the Agreeable standing next to one of my AM7s, city protests, and what I try to do is I try to instill, day-to-day lives of, typical city scenes, what goes on in the city. Just a lot of activity, that goes on. So I'm just thumbing through these pages or whatever, just giving you a little rundown on what I got going. Some things I've scratch built. Excuse me, these pages kind of, flip flopping and whatever. And so I had a really busy day today. But yeah, cars that I've, scratch built, sort of rebuilt, because at the time they weren't available in HO scale. at the time. Now, Walthers, which came out with the Metroliners, and so for Amtrak. Now, mind you, a lot of these manufacturers, this is, doors opening for us captive region modelers, and those who model a lot of municipalities with the train, with various commuter services and commuter agencies. Reggie the Redbird, once again, is fast, fun, hilarious, friendly, family friendly, educational, the introduction, on how he got back to New York. This also flexes some of my artistry. I did all of this myself. The writing, storylines, the drawings, everything, lamination, the paperwork, legal, everything in sort is done by myself. Because one of my mottos is nobody can tell your story better than you can tell your story. So, what we try to do, is we paint this picture, where we're trying to, some people want to try to impress. I feel the need that we need another reproach with education. And make education fun, make the classroom fun. I've always felt that, the student, can grasp a better attention and a better understanding when it comes to hands-on. So, why not bring fun to the classroom? Why not bring fun early to the student? And so this is what Reggie the Redbird presents. Something fun for the kids, so that way they understand, they understand the material. And see, once you grasp the material and you have that understanding, then, you can better assess certain situations, and it will inspire you, to grow, to do better. So, starting with artistry, and then I volunteer in a museum in upstate New York. So the kids, as they see the train, they'll see a real train, they want to be a part of it. And see, one thing when you be a part of something, be it you volunteer or you work for it or whatever, so just know this, whatever you put your hands on, whatever you do, becomes your baby. It becomes yours. It's yours. You work for it, you earn it. And that's the thing. Once again, I did all the illustration, the arts myself. Everything, I've drawn, pencil, and artist pencils and everything. I did all of this on my own and whatever. And so just giving you a little quick rundown on, the whys. Whys, kids need to read. Families need to get together, okay? We need to rid ourselves of the negative things out there that we see and bring about, changes out there in how we do things and how we relate. Bring craftsmanship to the household. Just get inspired once again. I think it's time for, humanity as a whole to live again. Now, be it you'll watch this video or be it you thumbing through or whatever, and you're looking for something to look at, I hope that you stop and really consider taking a look and, talk about, sit down and listen to what I'm just trying to, come across here. Especially you buffs out there. Okay? That is a good thing for people who lobby for trains, who lobby for transit. But, also, as you lobby for it, what I'm saying? So try to, so give your whys to why we need it. So why is it detrimental? How does it impact your life? Okay, it impacts my life because, a lot of us don't like to drive. I have a driver's license. I have a good driving record, matter of fact. At the same time, I don't trust too many people out there that's, drive around me. But, yeah, what I'm saying? So I prefer to take mass transit. Something out there that's already set in place, Now, I don't mind the spontaneousness of just taking the train from point A to point B, or the spontaneous snail of driving, which it has its perks. But, once again, when you're in a major city, it's the people out there that you're around that you got to worry about. Because you're dealing with so many different people, so many different personalities. And this is what Reggie the Redbird has to offer, that you're dealing with the multiple personalities. So what I do is try to add humor, when dealing with various personalities. And Reggie the Redbird and all the characters out there do this, bit their trains, various personalities, various types of equipment. Some are grouchy, some are hyper, some like people, some just want to sit up in the yard. So it's funny, there's some hilarity to it, some hilariousness to the artist thing, so let's cut this video short, and I hope that you sit back and, really, hear my whys, to Reggie the Redbird. And so then I hope that you, get inspired, because, we do need to read more, and, I have faith in a lot of the kids and a lot of the city folks, a lot of, from other cities, not just New York, but Detroit, Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Baltimore, the Tidewater region of Virginia, Miami, Atlanta, everywhere, Houston, Texas, Dallas, wherever you are. Los Angeles, Sacramento, Oakland, Seattle, wherever you are. And I hope that you can get inspired, find your niche, and, trying to do something that's constructive with your time. So we don't want to sit idle, and so with our time, because idle minds, of course, is Shaitan's workshop. And so when you're doing something creative, and you're biding your time. See, this right here, in short, these trains have rescued me from doing things out there I shouldn't have been doing. I'm not going to get into detail, but, in some form of fashion, I'm not a saint neither. So, when I, do these strange things out there, this is like my cigarette. But also as a Muslim, I believe in giving back. So this is also a charity for me. A charity to humanity. Something that sort of I offer to the kids and adults out there that, especially, the black community. Okay, that we need to, at some point in time, and I'm not knocking anybody, we need to start doing for self and getting our own businesses. Okay, we need to start really investing into our business. We can't run around talking about, such and such coming into our communities, this, that, and the third. Enough with the excuses. Maybe you need to take some of that money and open a store. Okay, instead of spending on frivolous stuff. And so, because people out there going to talk about you, they're going to do whatever they're going to do and say whatever they're going to say. So it's best, just invest in yourself, in your community. And so do for self. All right, so I'm cutting this video short. Like I said, take time, listen, share your thoughts, like, comment. Peace.